Hey folks, welcome into the News 12 Now Desk. Thanks for joining us here on this Friday, May 17th, 7 o'clock. So it's time for another edition of the News 12 FastCast. So let's get right into it here, starting off with some new information this morning. We have an I-Team update for you concerning one of our stories here. 3 Richmond County inmates or from the Richmond County Jail are filing civil rights lawsuits against Richmond County Sheriff Richard Roundtree as well as 6 deputies. Now, according to the lawsuit, the plaintiffs claim they were tortured by the deputies listed during an incident at the jail in May of 2022. The lawsuit says 6 deputies were responding to a call from other deputies to help out with a group of inmates. When deputies got to the cell block, the plaintiffs were lying down on the ground of the 2nd floor with the other inmates with their heads down and their hands behind their back. The lawsuit goes on to say the deputies ordered them to get down and put their hands behind their back despite already being in that position. The suit claims the deputies handcuffed the inmates, started to pick them up, take them down to the 1st floor, and push them to lie face down while the floor was flooded. From there, the lawsuit claims the deputies started to physically abuse the inmates. Our Meredith Anderson has been following what led up to multiple deputies being arrested in connection to this case. You can review her stories up on our website, and we'll be sure to update you once we comb through these documents. In the next few years, there's going to be some change in the college admissions process. The Georgia Board of Regents will require students to take the SAT or ACT to get into 4 schools in the fall of 2026. Those 4 schools are the University of Kennesaw State, Georgia State, Georgia Southern, and Augusta University. But our local schools say preparing students for the test never stopped.
All of our 8th graders take the PSAT in the spring, in October of their 8th grade year. And we look at that data and go ahead and encourage our kids. Some of them are ready to take an AP class in 9th grade. We look at that AP potential there.
While the state pumped the brakes on the SAT and ACT testing, Richmond County pressed the gas. Leaders with the school district say they have prep classes at every high school in addition to other resources students can engage in, and they have students prepping as early as 8th grade. They also have other resources like Khan Academy available for students to make sure they get a good score. New data shows a spike in hunger across the region. Food insecurity now impacts 1 in 7 people, including 1 in 4 kids. Golden Harvest says with high grocery costs and high rent, more people are in need. That's why they had an event yesterday to help out there, connecting people with resources that they need. You can see table after table lining the inside of the May Park gym there. From haircuts to free meals, more than 200 people came out to learn about local services. Plus, it also gave organizations the opportunity to network. Sound doesn't want to work there. So if you weren't able to make it, we have a list of resources available on our website, wrdw.com.
I love helping people as a social worker. That's what I do. So when I'm able to come here and get resources, so when I have a participant or a patient say, hey, you know, I don't have housing, I need housing. This is what drives me to come out to these things. I'm able to get home and unpack everything and pull out these resources. So when they come and they say they need something, I can simply put them out and put them to the right direction.
And again, we have more resources listed up on our website. You can just head to wrdw.com. We're getting closer and closer to another presidential election this November, but in South Carolina this year, every seat in the legislature at the State House is up for re-election, along with lots of county-level positions as well, including Aiken County Sheriff. Before you head to the polls, here are some things that you should know. If you vote in person, you have to have your ID and meet a certain eligibility requirement to vote by mail. That includes those 65 and older, people with physical disabilities, and work obligations preventing them from voting. And if you plan to vote by mail, officials say you should start that process now.
The first step is requesting your ballot, and you do that by getting an application, which you can get from your county elections office, by calling them, emailing them, or visiting them in person. But you get that application and you return it back to the county elections office no later than 5 p.m. on May 31st.
And if you're planning to vote on primary day, the State Election Commission advises you to confirm your polling place ahead of time. Sometimes the spots can change from year to year based on scheduling and other conflicts, so it's best to know that ahead of time. And a reminder, today is the last day to vote early in Georgia. You can do so in Richmond County from 8:30 to 5, or 8:30 to 6, excuse me, at the municipal building and a number of the community centers. And then in Columbia County, you can vote early from 8 to 5 at the G3 building and the former Uchee Creek Library. So couple of the races that we're taking a look at here are the Richmond County Sheriff, Augusta District Attorney, School Board District 4 in Columbia County, and then also whether the mayor gets a vote on commission. So a lot of big races to talk about that we are keeping an eye on, and then voting is next Tuesday from 7 to 7. Today, U.S. Airman and Atlanta native Roger Fortston will be buried today. He was holding a gun when he answered the door of his apartment in Okaloosa County. His family says the deputy was responding to a disturbance call but was knocking on the wrong apartment. Authorities say the deputy shot Fortston 6 times.
My brother loved being from Atlanta. He loved his city. Like I said, he loved his family. He loved where he was from. He loved who he was. He was proud of who he was. He was proud of what he did for work. And he just wanted to show me everything he loved and everything that was important to him.
That funeral will be at New Birth Missionary Baptist Church in Stonecrest. Investigators say the deputy who shot him was reacting in self-defense. A third person has been arrested in connection to the murder of 32-year-old Myron Garnett that happened in November. The Richmond County Sheriff's Office and U.S. Marshals arrested 19-year-old Cameron Williams yesterday. He joins 20-year-old Anthony Williams and 30-year-old Shaikisha Jackson, all charged with murder. That shooting happened on Verdery Street, just south of Payne College. No injuries reported from a house fire in Edgefield last night. Edgefield County crews went to Old Chapel Ferry Road to help out. So far, no word yet on when that fire started or what caused it. Crews, when we got to the scene, had put out the fire by about 9:20. You may remember this story from last year when a car was seen flying over a tow truck in Lowndes County. Tanisha Bruton, the driver, is speaking out about her recovery. She's had 4 surgeries and has 1 more to go. Officials say her car flew more than 120 feet in the air before it flipped. Brunton was then rushed to South Georgia Medical Center in Valdosta to be treated for a broken neck and a lacerated spleen. She has since returned to the medical center to thank them for saving her life.
I actually met the people that did save my life. I thank them a lot because I was like, I know it was a lot. To this day, I still thank everybody that has supported me and lifted my spirit. Once I have this surgery, I'm definitely gonna try to put it past me.
SCMG Health says they're telling her story to draw attention to trauma awareness. Senator Ossoff is expected to be in Augusta today at 9:30. He'll be at CHOG unveiling new upgrades for Wellstar MCG Health. The medical center is getting 2 new MRI suites after it received $3.5 million in funding. Then at 11, the senator will be at Augusta Regional Airport for a ribbon-cutting ceremony there. Via Cognitive Health says it's opening a new building next month, helping people with Alzheimer's and dementia. This will allow them to be physically active with things like a walking track, gym area, and putting green. They also will add an art room, spa and salon, and a workshop tool shed area, and more. Officials with Via Cognitive Health say most people live with dementia about 10 years once they've been diagnosed, and say they want to help people with these activities.
And we want those 10 years to be the best 10 years that you can. So, you know, the research kind of points to that if we can keep very cognitively active and physically active, that's going to help us through the progression better tolerate the symptoms.
There will be a ribbon cutting on June 20th for the new building. Also today, the Harlem High School baseball team faces off against Calvary Day as they look to earn a 2nd straight state title. Harlem is ranked 13th in the nation with a record of 36-1. We caught up with them as they had a big send-off yesterday.
A little nervous, always nervous. I'm not nervous, then something's wrong. We got the entire community behind us. It means a great deal. We've got the greatest fans on earth, and anywhere we go, we're going to have a large crowd.
So good luck to Harlem. Also, congratulations to Augusta Christian, winning their winner-take-all game last night against Cardinal Newman in the Skeeza 4A state championship. They went back-to-back, hoping now Harlem can do it. That's going to do it for the News 12 FastCast. Be sure to check out these stories and much more on our website. Also, download our streaming app and subscribe to our News 12 YouTube channel. We'll have another FastCast at 11:50 and also Morning Mix coming up at 9 o'clock. Thanks for watching.